The evening was calm, the kind that carried a hush over everything. When I saw him walk into the bar, Jason, I hadn't expected him to be there. Not tonight. Then again, I hadn't exactly expected to be here with someone else either. The moment my eyes met his, my heart stumbled, skipping in my chest. But I forced myself to stay composed. I wasn't doing anything wrong, at least that's what I told myself. The man sitting across from me, John, was someone I had met a few weeks earlier. He was warm, attentive, and had a way of making me feel like I mattered. For the first time in what felt like forever, I didn't feel invisible. But there was a reason I had kept Jason in the dark about Jay's existence. Jason had been my boyfriend for 2 years. The man I loved. The man I had trusted with my future. The man I thought I'd spend forever with. But lately, things had changed. Jason had grown cold, detached, and always buried in work. It wasn't just his long hours. It was the way he had emotionally checked out. I tried to reach out, tried to tell him how much the distance was hurting me. But every time he brushed it off with the same vague response, "I'm just tired." He'd say it like it was nothing. But to me, it was everything. I could feel us crumbling apart piece by piece. And then there was John. He wasn't someone I loved, nor was I falling for him. He was simply present. He listened. When I spoke, paid attention when I was hurting, and reminded me what it felt like to be seen. He filled the silence that Jason had left behind. But as I sat there that evening, staring into Jason's eyes from across the bar, the weight of what I had done hit me all at once. Jason didn't move at first. He just stood there in the doorway, his gaze locked on me. The expression on his face was unbearable. Anger, yes, but underneath it something far worse. Sorrow. He looked wounded in a way that pierced deeper than any raised voice could have. I felt my words catch in my throat. How could I explain this? What excuse could possibly make sense? Sensing the storm in the air, John quickly stood. His voice was quiet, cautious, almost apologetic. "I think I should go." He didn't wait for my answer. Honestly, it didn't matter. His presence was never the real problem. The problem was the way Jason's eyes never left mine, burning with hurt I had caused. When Jason finally spoke, his voice was low, almost raw. "So you've been seeing him behind my back." The words cut me to pieces, but then came the part that destroyed me entirely. What hurts most isn't that you're sitting with another man, but that you couldn't trust me enough to tell me what was wrong. In that moment, I saw it clearly. His anger wasn't about John. It was about betrayal of something deeper. Trust. I had turned to someone else instead of the man I had vowed to love. "You think I don't care?" Jason's voice trembled, though he fought to steady it. "I've been working myself into the ground to give you everything. I wanted to make sure you had the best life I could offer. I didn't realize in trying to give you everything I was losing you." His confession slammed into me like a blow. All this time I had been drowning in my own loneliness, so blinded by my needs that I hadn't stopped to see how much Jason was sacrificing. I thought he didn't care. I thought he had stopped loving me. But the truth was, he had been fighting his own battle for us, and I had chosen to seek comfort elsewhere. And yet, it wasn't his pain that undid me. It was his calm surrender. He didn't yell. He didn't accuse me with venom. He simply let go. His eyes, his tone, his body, all of it said the same thing. He was done. Then he turned, walking away from me, out of the bar, leaving me frozen in place. My chest ached as if someone had ripped it open. Every part of me wanted to chase him, to beg him to stay, to promise I would do better. But deep down, I knew it was already too late. The damage was irreversible. I had told myself I was the neglected one, the one who had been left behind. But in reality, I was the one who had abandoned us first. I hadn't trusted him with my pain. I hadn't fought for us when things got hard, and now I had lost him. Not because of John, not because of another man, but because I gave up long before he ever did. I sat there in the silence of the bar, broken and numb. The man who had once been my everything had walked away, not out of anger, but out of resignation. That night, I learned the cruelest truth of all. When you go searching for someone to fill the emptiness, you risk losing the person who was already holding your heart in the first place.